up, y'all? I'm chilling here at my campsite at Homestake Creek, Colorado. Yeah, so this is like actually my favorite campsite of all the campsites I've been to uh, this season. There's no cell connection out here, and like all the campsites are off of the road, so meaning you can't really see anybody. I see last night or the time I've been here, I think I've seen like 3 cars go down this road. So yeah, I think it's what 2.5 hours from the city center. So today, while I'm out here, I'm gonna concern myself with a few things. One being that the it was a I guess it was raining up here before I got up here, so all the wood is wet. I had a really hard time last night trying to keep my fire going. So today I ended up using my MSR. That's the emergency that I was talking about when I tell people when they're like, "Oh, you should use your MSR more." That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. I just rather not use my gas for that unless I absolutely need it. Um, we can have fires. I think there's like a stage 1 fire ban or something out here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the wood that I do have up here. I'm gonna pull it out into the sun. I do have some like a freshly fallen tree that I didn't cut, by the way. That's another thing. There's hella wood out here, like hella fallen trees, dead trees. I really don't think there's a reason to cut trees down when you're out here, unless they're looking sick or something. But let's see. So, oh, one of the things that I'm gonna concern myself too with, besides trying to dry out my wood, is I'm gonna go to Homestake Creek, which is about 100 yards down the way there. I'm gonna go down there, and I'm going to do some fishing. I'm gonna try to do some fishing, anyways. But I didn't bring a pole because I just didn't want to bring a pole. I didn't want to deal with all that extra stuff. But I did bring hooks and lures and things. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spend some time putting all that together, trying to see if I can get it to work. I might go dig me up some bait, or I might just use some lunch meat or some weenies. Um, let's see, what else is there? There is over here. There's a well, first of all over the ground over here in Homestake, there's berry plants coming up out of the ground. Yeah, I said berry plants. I think that there is a blackberry or raspberry thicket near here somewhere, because there is just too many berries coming up out of the ground over here in particular. But right here in this area where I'm standing, you see those thorn bush right there? You see that right there? You see that berry on there? Can you see that little berry? So that berry, there's here pretty soon, all these berries are gonna explode. So I'm gonna try to come back out here again real soon. Or again, in the next few weeks. I guess it's been about a month since I've been here almost. I was here for the 4th of July, and the every camping space was packed. I mean, 3 hours outside of town, and every camping space was packed. It was hell crazy. Anyway, so those berries are of huge interest to me. I think I want to try to find another thicket today, or try to find a full-on thicket today. I was gonna do some intense. I was gonna not sleep in my car and just hike into the woods more today, but I'm not really feeling up to the task. So I think I'm gonna save that for my last camping trip. Today I'm gonna focus on fishing and dealing with my firewood. If I can even have a fire tonight. All the wood that I used last night was hella smoky. So that means it was wet. Another thing I did last night was I made some coconut oil infused with pine tar. If you can see that in there. As soon as I got here, the bugs are tearing me up. I mean, they was eating me up. So, and I got a bunch of bites on the inside of my leg. So I just wanted to make sure I was, okay there. So today I'm gonna rub some more on me and go down to the creek and do some fishing. The next clip that you see will most likely be of me down there at the creek with my primitive fishing style. Believe you me, I've caught fish like this in this primitive style. So it's been a long time. It's been well over 15 years since I tried this style, but it works. So the next clip, yeah, I'll be back. So I think another thing I'm going to concern myself with today, outside of fishing, is collecting more pine tar, because I just discovered that the infused coconut oil with pine tar, I rubbed it on my skin, and guess who went away? The flies and the bugs, they went away instantly, and they ain't been back. So yeah, I'm gonna collect some more pine tar today, and I'm gonna infuse more coconut oil later this evening before I go to bed with pine tar. I guess I didn't show you, and before I didn't show you that I had. This is what it looks like. You can see the little pieces of pine tar or wood or whatever that didn't settle. This stick right here, I think, is a lifesaver. It's pretty versatile, and it's even edible. So pine tar is good for if you're having some stomach issues revolving around altitude and things like that. Some people just walk up to the pine and just grab the tar off of the tree and just bite it. They just eat it. There was once I was up here, I don't think I was at this location, but I was at another location, and I was actually having some stomach issues surrounding altitude, and a bee just landed on me and took the fuck off. Anyways, something I wanted to talk about. I guess I stepped in some ants, because I'm getting... Hold the fuck up. Hold up, y'all. Shit. Hold on. Usually I step in some ants, it's fine. That shit right there. They wouldn't bite me or anything with this. Definitely coming after mine. Anyways, it's something I wanted to talk about though. Can you see the damage on this tree? That right there, that is human damage. That's a huge no-no. There's hella pines and things down here that have fallen and still have bark on them. Don't need to be damaged. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. Oh, let's see what's going down at the river or creek or whatever it is. So it looks like I got my fishing situation together finally. So I'm gonna take this lure right here as an extra, and I have this lure hooked on. And this is all I'm gonna take. Just this. And that lure, I might put another lure in there just to have another option, but I don't want to overdo it. I'm not gonna use bait for this round. If I don't have any luck down there, then I might consider using bait, but it seems like these lures are to do the trick. So yeah, I know you're like, how is he gonna do it? How's he gonna fish with just that? You'll see. I'll be right back. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep making my way down the bank here until I find a place. This place is pretty cool, but it's not deep enough right here for me to cast. Not seeing anything swimming around in there. I'm sure I'll find something. Need to find a pool that's a little more still, you know, a tad bit more calm. Anyway. Yeah. All right, so I'm walking down here to the river area, creek area. But as I walk down here, I want to share something with y'all. I'll share some mushrooms, a little mushroom patch. Again, my mycology is hella weak, so I can't trust it. You know what I'm saying? Intuition says no. I can't see if y'all can see it or not. I got a glare. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, there it is right there. You got it? You got it in your focus. Anyways, so it's pretty funny, but I have to share it. So one of the things that everybody be like, ever since I started, I mean, you know, I'll tell my friends, you know, privately, so that I come down here or whatever. I come out here by myself. I've even shared it on the internet, I think. Yeah, I'm sharing it on Facebook. Point being, though, that a lot of people said I'm crazy for doing this shit. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool and things, you know. I am a little crazy for coming out here by myself, but at the same time, yo, if you crazy enough, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, be all in East Oakland, you know, dap hugging, if you crazy enough to get drunk at the bar in the Mission, you know what I'm saying, and take random dudes home, you know, if you crazy enough to, you know, be all in them grow houses and things, uh, and with sketchy characters and stuff, and if you crazy enough to be on the internet, you know, taking random people home, putting it in them, then you crazy enough to bring your ass out here by yourself. Yeah. I mean, yesterday when I was driving up here, one of the most profound thoughts that I had was that, hold on, I gotta get myself up this, my leg up this joint here. One of the most profound thoughts that I had when I was on my way up here yesterday was that, I was like, you know, I mean, I'll just come out and say it. Black people, you could go take all the medications that white folks that invented and get on TV and talk about your prescription and things. But I'm here to tell you, I mean, I found meditation to be very helpful. But I found meditating in the woods to be most healing. I've found that being out here by myself, amongst mostly white folks, of course, has been very healing. I know. It's kind of crazy to say, but some trippy stuff. But yeah, I mean, think about it. Your chances of being hit with a stray bullet are lowest out here. At least during this time of the year, They say during the fall time, they be out here hunting and things. Your chances of getting hit by a ricochet is very low out here too. So there's that. I'm standing here I'm walking up to this cliff right here to look at the river. Looks like there's a man-made bridge right there. I might try to cross it. Now keep in mind, for this excursion, I didn't bring a pack because I'm wild like that. I was had enough sense to bring some water. I got my lighter, of course. I got my fishing gear, and I got my chapstick. So I'm gonna venture down further down the line here and get back to you. Let me go over here to the other part. One of my favorite things about being out here too is like knowing my shit's gonna get all fucked up and weird. I can't cross it. It's too slick. It's too weird right there. We don't have enough like rippers on it. It's slick. You can just tell that it's slick. And then if I step in that other part, even if I make it across that little bit and step in that other part, my shoes are gonna get turn into a bucket. But I do want to check out the other side over there. I think I'm gonna have to be happy with this over here for now. You see, I'm already getting winded from just walking around over here. And it's relatively flat. Holy smackola, this is cool and calm right here. This little thing right here. Yeah, I love it. All his trees. Alright, let's see if I turn my camera around mid busy, you know? Well, I might be able to make it across this. So, anyway, here, I'll stop it and I'll go into what I'm about to show. So I found a spot where I think I'm a fish, and ironically, after walking up and down the bank of the Homestake Creek, I found a spot that's like right down the way from my campsite. So I think I'm gonna do this one of two ways. And I guess it's a good thing that I'm still really close to my campsite. So I can go get other lures, or I can get that bait or whatever. So there's like a deep part right in there, in the middle there. It's deeper. And it looks to be a little calmer. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, and by the way, I already soaked my boots. Yeah, so I gotta eventually go back up to the hill and take my boots off and put on some flip-flops or something, or just simply go barefooted. I see other areas down the way down there that might work down there, but who knows. But right now, so I can perfect my style, I'm gonna try it right here. Now I'm gonna try to put my camera up here so y'all can watch me do my thing. I'm gonna try to prop it on something up here. I may not be able to find anywhere to prop it though. Let's see what you got here. What's that? No. No. Alright, so you can see me now. So yeah, I got my gear right here in my pocket in a plastic bag. This is all I'm gonna use, like I showed you before. I might put more weight on it, but and I'll put this weight on it that fell off, or that fell out of the bag. I am getting ate up, or the flies are fucking with me, by the way. So I should have brought more of my stuff. I see powdery mildew on plants down here. I don't know if that's powdery mildew or what that is. It looks like powdery mildew. Alright, so I'm gonna unravel my shit soon. My shoes, by the way, my wet shoes are starting to annoy me, so I think I'm gonna take them off eventually here, real soon. So wish me luck, cause as soon as something bites this thing here, I gotta like grab a hold of this thing, this circular thing right here, and hope to God that it's not too big, or else I'm fucked. Okay? So I unraveled it a little bit more so I have some more slack. I'm sorry you can't see the water or where it's gonna land at. I might try to prop the phone somewhere else so you can see. Alright, so that was my first try and it sucked. It didn't even make it. I'm getting bit by horseflies and shit. So I think I'm gonna get further down in here into the water area. I may be off camera. I am off camera. Okay, so my lure just got stuck in between some rocks, but I got it. Okay, so I've ascertained that I need to put more weight on my lure. I'm gonna turn the camera off and try to crop it somewhere else so you can get a better angle when I get back out there. Okay, so I'm down here and I fixed the camera. I cropped it up closer to the water for you. Okay, so I'm gonna try this again. If it don't work this time, I'm gonna take my shoes off and get further into the water, okay? This water is cold as shit. All right, so I'm going with my plan B, which is to take my shoes and socks off and go in the water. Okay, so because I want to get further in there, so I'm gonna turn my camera off. So I just had to get in the water down there, well, above my knees, to retrieve my lure. So I don't know. I'm gonna sit here and think about it some more and take it in more. But I might have to go somewhere else, or figure out how to just sit in that spot right there in the middle for forever. The water is extremely cold. I mean, extremely cold. I was just in it for a little bit and it was cold as shit. Respect game. Imagine how cold it is in the winter. I didn't even know you could even come close to getting hypothermia in the summer. Anyways, I'll be back. All right, so I'm back up here at my campsite. I came back over here because it looked like the weather's changing. The weather changes really fast. I mean, you could get exhausted trying to read the weather. In fact, I have exhausted myself reading the weather. So I came back up here to regroup and think about my fishing method, or give it some more thought, or however I'm doing my lure or whatever. I need it to float. So, and I think I got too much weight on it. So, and my other thought is to I might just make a fish trap down there, out of rocks right there in the pool area, and put some bait in there and see what happens. Right now, I'm going to just take some time and just regroup and think about what I'm doing. I might drive further down the road to another campsite along the river and see if I can find a pool. I seen some people out here fishing yesterday. They were out here fly fishing, but I think it might have been like 2 miles down the road or something, so that might make a difference. I don't know. So, but between getting my lure stuck in those rocks that twice, it gets, yeah, for right now, I'm just gonna take a moment. Between that and my doggone boots being soaked, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to rock flip flops for the rest of the day till my boots dry, or put on some wool socks and go back down there. So I'll figure something out. I seen a tree back there that had a lot of pine tar on the bottom of it, but there are also some wasps in there. But the wasps come out, that'll be good too, because they make good bait. So since I got defeated down at the at the river, I decided to collect some pine tar. And I found a few gold mines while I was out there. There's a tree not very far from here. I think, oh, well, you can't see it, actually. It's that way. But it's right, like, down there. I'll take you over to see it. There's, like, so much pine tar. It's, like, even on the ground. But I collected this. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Oh, shit. Had a little problem. I collected all of that. And then I collected some more, and with that I made some like a cheap version of a pitch stick. Now the reason why I made those pitch sticks is because tonight I want to make sure that I have a hot fire. But right now I'm about to use one of those pitch sticks, or a couple of them, to make a fire so that I can make some pine tar infused coconut oil. And I think before I do that, I'm gonna walk over to here. Let me grab my hatchet. I'm gonna walk over here to this tree where there's like a massive amount of tar I'm going to show you why people don't need to be harming trees in order to get bark and tar and things. This is a natural scar that I'm about to show you. And this is what I call a gold mine. I was over here earlier. That's what all that white stuff is there. That's me breaking it off. But if you look, there's just tar for days right there, right? It goes all the way down. See, that's super thick. Goes all the way down to the ground. See that all on the ground. So I'm gonna collect some more of this, and it's so thick that I gotta use a hatchet to get to it. All right. Shout out to the hentai. You know what I'm saying? But I know y'all probably like, well, why the obsession with pine tar? Well, like I said before, and I just spotted some more pine tar. Like I said before, it's very versatile, and I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, you can take all these other medicinal plants, the thistles, the mullein, and everything like that, and some of the other stuff, pennyroyal, is not as available. And you know, a lot of that stuff you don't want to be taking, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to take it out of nature, you know, because it's not so much available. Um, this, I mean, you can burn it. I mean, it'll start you a fire in an emergency. It'll get you a hot fire going in an emergency. Uh, like I said before, you can eat it. It has medicinal value. Uh, and as you can see in this forest, in every forest out, yeah, you see that big, you see all that, yeah. And all the forests I've been to here in Colorado, they're everywhere. I'm surrounded by pines right now. So, I mean, just as I look around right now, I see more pines than any other tree. This hardwood too. So when you do finally get you some of it to make a fire with, not only does it have the tar inside, so it's gonna burn hot. It's hard, so it's gonna burn slow. So yeah, that's my obsession with pine tar and pine. Oh, the needles there, the needles, you can make tea with that. That's a high source of vitamin C. I mean, you get more vitamin C out them needles than you getting at some of these health food stores. You dig what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, so give me a second while I take this off, and then I'm gonna go make a fire and start making some infused oil out. So I just yeah, as you know, I went over to that tree and I collected a lot of pine tar, and a lot of it was like not cured, so it was like that real soft gummy kind. So I took it and I made this. I know it looks kind of phallic or whatever. It looks like a piece of doo-doo. But this, my friends, I think could be a lifesaver. So what's on here, this is a stick that I took that sappy tar, the real gummy stuff, and I wrapped it on the stick real tightly. I'm thinking that this is going to guarantee that I have a nice fire and a coal here for sure. So let's see how it works out for me. Now, I can't decide whether I should take all my gear down to the river. There's a fire pit down there at the river, because it's really hot right here where I'm at to be fucking with fire. So I guess let me think about it for a sec. Okay, so I think I've spent the last 3 hours uh, making infused pine or infused coconut oil. As you can see, I spilt it all over the rocks and shit. You see it all over the rocks. I spilled my first two on the rocks, but I got it to work. This is what's left over. And what I'm going to use this for is my fire later. This is the solids of the pine tar. So it's very solid, not even movable. Even when it gets hot, it still stays solid. So between those those little pitches that I made, and the wood that's around here, I should be able to get my fire good and hot tonight. Here, I'll show you. This is the pine tar infused with. It's got some solids in it, so I gotta filter it when I get back to the city. But this is the oil infused with the pine tar. And I rubbed it all over my skin. It makes my skin look real good and vibrant and pretty. Not too sticky. I put a little charcoal in there to add more cleansing properties to it. But yeah, that's what's up with me. I'm gonna try to make it back down here to the creek down there and see if I can fish, but I really don't see any fishing happening down there. But I'll try it again. I might go collect some firewood.